Coronation Street's Jodie Ramsey has caused nothing but trouble since making her memorable entrance during chaotic crossover Corrydale. Jodie was first seen tied up in the back of a van driven by Emmerdale's Graham Foster, before she broke free and surprised sister Shona Platt in Weatherfield. But this is no happy family reunion, as Jodie is constantly up to no good. Read on for all we know so far, from her every crime, to what the soap has revealed about Jodie's future. What has scheming Jodie done so far? Wanting revenge for a teenage Shona walking out of their family home, Jodie lied that she had escaped an abusive partner in order to get her feet under the table. With Shona and husband David distracted by their poorly baby girl Harper, Jodie cruelly hinted to young Lily that her stepmother Shona no longer cared about her. Jodie then set her sights on seducing David, lying in wait in the couple's marital bed until a tipsy David kissed her, only for him to realize, with horror, that she wasn't Shona. Jodie insisted that David wanted her, but after he confessed to his wife, Jodie claimed the whole thing was a misunderstanding. She later warned David not to cross her. In between channeling single white female, Jodie has trolled a distressed Daniel Osborne, harbored a mysterious USB drive, embarked on a bizarre burglary spree and attacked Sarah Platt when she discovered Jodie's random collection of stolen loot. Shona and Jodie's ailing father Doug, played by Bras 6-star Steve Yvetz, told Shona to steer clear of Jodie, but she was able to pass the comment off as part of his illness. Jodie is one of Coronation Street's most featured characters this year, yet viewers have been left confused over a lack of context for her behavior. While her motives with David are easy to follow, there has been no explanation over her penchant for thieving, with Brian Packham's book, Fiona Morley's missing gun and Bernie Winter-Allahan's wedding photo among the items Jodie has inexplicably helped herself to. And despite Emmerdale's Graham star Andrew Scarborough teasing that more information will come to light, we still don't have the full picture over their connection. What has Jodie star Olivia Frances Brown said about the storyline? Olivia previously shared that her alter ego does care deeply for Shona, but the anger and hurt over their past has taken over. Jodie's relationship with Shona is so complex. She absolutely loves her. She adores her sister. She idolizes her, she shared. It's just that resentment and that bitterness. The thing that pushes Jodie over the edge is that Shona actually never tried to come back for her and help her, the way she helped herself. While Jodie's obsession with David appears to be a means to an end, Olivia added, I think she believes she has fallen in love with him, and she definitely wants him to feel the same way. She is convincing herself that this is the case. Whether it is actually David that is at the heart of what she wants, I don't know. Or is it more what David represents? A home, safety, a good relationship, love, all these things she's never really had the chance to have in life. She's never really had anyone care for her the way David cares for her. Unlike Shona, she's never really felt that. And to come in and see her sister have all the things she's missed out on in life, it sent her spiraling a bit. What have Coronation Street bosses said about the storyline? Speaking to Digital Spy recently, producer Kate Brooks confirmed Jodie's game plan. She has a real soft spot for David. She sees this life that Shona has built and she thinks, that could be me, that should be my life. Jodie is desperately trying to get what she feels is rightfully hers. Brooks also teased what lies ahead in the coming weeks. Ultimately, Harper will come home from hospital, and the stresses of family life will start to really take their toll. We'll explore whether Jodie is able to exploit those weaknesses within that relationship. It's whether she's able to tempt David over to the dark side. She wants to punish Shona for leaving her, so she's certainly going to try and come between them. What happens next? There's no sign of Jodie changing agenda anytime soon, with a Corey insider confirming to Digital Spy that, at the moment she wants to make Shona suffer for abandoning her. Fresh spoilers for this week reveal that Jodie plots to make David jealous by parading a date under his nose at the bistro. Ryan Connor is the unsuspecting man on her arm, but will David take the bait? Secret assailant Jodie also leaves Sarah suspicious when she remarks that David the dog was barking at the time of her attack. It's anyone's guess whether Jodie can gloss over this incriminating slip-up, but Sarah's daughter Bethany also didn't trust Jodie not too long ago, so perhaps the pair could team up against her. The full extent of Jodie's arc is still very much under wraps, so we'll have to wait patiently for answers. But after her dad's chilling warning, we're very much in need of more backstory, and there have been no updates so far on whether Doug will reappear. As for whether there's a future for the character beyond this storyline, there have been glimpses of humanity in Jodie, from her vulnerability over the past, to rescuing beloved stalwart Roy Cropper from the burning cafe. Could this, alongside Olivia's insight into Jodie's turmoil, mean there's potential for redemption? That will surely depend on how far her vendetta goes, and just how twisted she turns out to be. Ever since Jodie Ramsey arrived in Weatherfield, viewers have been asking the same question: what is she really hiding? At first, she appeared to be nothing more than Shona Platt's long-lost half-sister, a vulnerable woman carrying the scars of a traumatic past. But as the weeks have unfolded, it has become increasingly clear that Jodie has a far more complicated agenda. When Jodie first burst onto screens during the dramatic Corriedale crossover event, she was discovered after escaping captivity and was quickly linked to Shona through their matching tattoos. The emotional family reunion seemed genuine, but there were clues from the beginning that something wasn't quite right. Behind her warm smile, Jodie was watching the Platt family closely. While Shona welcomed her into the family, Jodie became fascinated by every aspect of her sister's life. She spent more and more time around the Platts, learning their routines, observing their relationships, and quietly inserting herself into situations where she wasn't needed. What initially looked like loneliness soon started to resemble obsession. The biggest warning sign came when Jodie began collecting strange items connected to people on the street. She secretly kept personal belongings and souvenirs hidden away, creating a mysterious collection that nobody else knew about. To the outside world, she remained friendly and charming, but privately her behavior became increasingly unsettling. As weeks passed, David Platt became another focus of her attention. David was initially sympathetic towards Jodie. He could see how difficult her life had been and wanted to support Shona's newfound sister. Unfortunately, that trust may prove to be a huge mistake. Jodie started telling small lies to gain sympathy and create opportunities to spend more time with David. Nothing was dramatic enough to expose her, but each deception helped her tighten her grip on the family. Before long, she had become a regular presence in their lives, often appearing exactly when she was needed most. What nobody realized was that Jodie seemed desperate to become part of the Platt household, not as a guest, but almost as a replacement. Some residents have already begun noticing the warning signs. Her behavior swings between vulnerable and manipulative, making it difficult for anyone to know which version of Jodie is genuine. Even when confronted, she usually manages to explain away suspicious actions before anyone can connect the dots. Meanwhile, another major revelation shed light on Jodie's past. Shona eventually discovered that Jodie had been secretly visiting their estranged father in a psychiatric hospital. Jodie had been carrying the burden of caring for him after their mother disappeared from their lives. The revelation helped explain some of her emotional struggles and briefly strengthened the bond between the sisters. But even after the truth came out, many questions remained unanswered. Why was Jodie hiding so much? What happened during the years she was away? And why does she seem unable to let go of the life that Shona has built? The answers may be darker than anyone expects. Sources close to the storyline have compared Jodie's behavior to the psychological thriller Single White Female, suggesting that her growing fixation on Shona's family could become dangerous. Rather than simply wanting acceptance, Jodie appears determined to claim the life she believes should have been hers. The next stage of the story is expected to push those tensions to breaking point. As David becomes increasingly caught in Jodie's web of lies, Shona will likely find herself torn between protecting her husband and supporting her troubled sister. Every new secret risks driving a wedge through the family. There is also the possibility that Jodie's mysterious past will finally catch up with her. Questions surrounding her kidnapping, her connection to Graham Foster, and the events that led her back into Shona's life remain unresolved. Producers have already confirmed that elements of the crossover storyline will be revisited in future episodes. And then there is the biggest mystery of all. A flash-forward storyline has hinted that Jodie could find herself at the center of a deadly future mystery. Her name has already been linked to an upcoming thriller plot involving multiple potential victims, leaving fans wondering whether she is destined to become a target, or whether her own actions will place others in danger. For now, one thing is certain. Jodie is far more than the lost sister she first appeared to be. She arrived in Weatherfield searching for family, but somewhere along the way that search has evolved into something much more troubling. As her secrets continue to pile up and her obsession with the Platts deepens, the residents of Coronation Street may soon discover that inviting Jodie into their lives was a decision they will come to regret. And when the truth finally explodes, the fallout could change the Platt family forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Crown ST.